the basic patterns of grammar in sentences. Okay, here we have the order of adverbs. In general, we place adverbs or adverbial phrases after the verb or after the object, whichever the case may be. Here we have the first example, subject, verb, adverb. Okay, he works here. Subject, verb, adverb. Below that we have example B of subject, verb, object, adverb. Okay, so the adverb comes after the object, which is he wants to eat soon. Very good. And then we have it with adverbial phrase, we see them. Okay, we see them, object. Okay, from time to time, phrasal verb. Very good. Okay, we go on down to the second one, which simply says that some adverbs come before a single word verb, or the main verb. Okay, he promptly left the room. He promptly, adverb, single verb, left the room. And the other one, he was quickly escorted from the room. Okay, then you got case number 3. Down here, case number 3. So we have a single word adverb of frequency usually comes after the verb to be and before a single word verb or the main verb. Here we have be, he is, adverb never, on time. Below we have I often see her. We have the adverb before the verb, okay, and it's a single word verb. And then below that we have another example, I had frequently noticed her. Okay, that's the main verb. Frequency comes before the main verb. Receive, notice her. And number 4, still, the word still comes before single word verb or the main verb in affirmations and affirmative sentences. Okay, he is still waiting for you. Okay, and before the auxiliary and negative sentence. The auxiliary here, he still has not answered my questions. You go down to example number 5. In general, the order of final adverbs is place and then time. And here we have an example of that. He went to Europe last summer. And the second one, I saw him at the library last night. Now let's continue down below here where we have examples. You have examples of this, and I like this form because we show the wrong and right, and a lot of students write it in this way thinking it is right, and it's good to make the comparison. Wrong, John in the classroom is waiting, and right, John is waiting in the classroom. Now, it would be a good exercise to say, why is it that in that form? What is wrong here? John in the classroom is waiting. The waiting is a verb. John is the subject, and we know that subject, verb, and then adverb, which we have here. John is waiting in the classroom. Okay. Go down to the next one. Betty is writing in her bedroom letters. Sounds a bit strange, perhaps. But let's look at the word order. Betty is verb. Writing is writing. Okay, the adverb should be right after that. Isn't that true? Okay, but the object is not there, which is letters. Betty is writing letters. And then the adverb in her bedroom, or adverbial phrase. Go down to the next one. Alex played with great passion the piano. Okay, let's take a look at that. Subject, Alex, played. Well, where is the object? It's way down the end here, right? And it should be right after it, right next to the verb. So it's the Alex played the piano with great passion. See that? Okay, then we go to the next one. I write sometimes letters to my parents. Okay, so we know this is wrong, right? So here's a situation where we have the adverb before the verb, which is a single verb. I sometimes write letters to my parents. We go down to the next one. John waited seldom for me. Well, we have split it away, right? We should have the adverb and the verb together. John seldom waited. And there we have the adverb in front of the verb for me. Okay. As you can see, we need to go through these and to learn the proper order. Now below here is a quiz, and we are instructed to write it if it's right or wrong. In this particular situation, let's take the first sentence. He hopes to roam, to be able to go. Well, I think you just have to hear that and realize that's not true, but then again, in some languages it might be, in the proper order. But what is the proper order here? Okay, he hopes, okay, to be able, right, to go to Rome. In the wrong order, right? Well, in this answer sheet, if you go down here, they are the answers, and you can see number one, that number one is saying that it is wrong. We have an X there, and it says, okay, he hopes to be able to go to Rome as we decided. And it simply says, see rule number 1, pattern 1A. That way you can refer back to the patterns, because it refers you back if it's wrong. And we have 1A, which simply says subject, verb, adverb, which is not true for that sentence, right? Take a look at that again. He hopes to be able to go. Okay, so we have subject, verb, adverb, verb, and then the modifiers. To Rome, So what we do is just continue down and make those corrections, and since you have the answer sheet, it's as well. Okay, as you know, I'm putting the explanations and the lecture on my sheet, on my worksheet, or my sheet, or on my web page, and I will send you, or in the future, or you will be able to download the PDF of this, and you can work with this sheet at home. I'll see you now. Bye-bye.